All right, hello everyone, and welcome. D20 Woodworking here, and I am excited for this. We are doing Too Many Bones today. This is one of my favorite games, if not my absolute favorite game. So I am excited to play through this. We're doing the Goblin Queen, and I'm playing as Nugget. But there are some things I want to kind of point out because I know, as far as when this video comes out, the Too Many Bones, it's not a Kickstarter anymore, Game Found pledge thing is happening this week. So if you're watching this video and you're looking at everything that's on the table, I want you to know that this isn't just like the base game or just Undertow or anything else on the table. There's a lot of stuff on this table. There's a lot of different things, and if there's ever any questions in the chat, let me know. I'll answer the best I can of what I'm showing, what I'm, what's not being shown, that type of thing. If there's questions on rules or anything like that, let me know, because I'm not going to do a rules teach. I'm just going to start playing the game and kind of explaining as I go along what I'm doing. So with that being said, we're all set up. Let me jump to the table and I'll point to different things, and we'll take it from there. All right, fantastic. So I figured the best way to do this, we're just gonna kind of work our way across the board, so you can all see what is going on here. So first, up top that you really can't see, there's a bunch of dice we got going on. There's some here, and there's more over on the side if we need that. There's some spare chips if we need them. I think we'll only need a few from there. There's special encounter cards, which we might need. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Let's see. The other thing is we have going on, I guess we'll start right here. So we have Trove Loot, which is kind of like your high-end items and whatnot. They're usually really, really good, but they're really, really hard to get. We have a bunch of regular loot in here. Now this is loot and Trove Loot from all the expansions, all the games mixed together. There's also some cards in there that don't exist. When you know type of thing. And then we have the regular deck that is our encounter deck. Now there's a special encounter that we play first, or at least I'm playing first. You don't have to, but I'm playing it. And then the rest of them are covered. I already pre-shuffled them, so you just have to trust me that they're shuffled. I didn't stack the deck or anything. I guess I can shuffle them again really fast just to make sure. So I'm going to try not to look at them. So we're shuffling these up. They're all random. You'll probably notice as I go along, you'll probably see a blue card in there. The blue card is related to the Tyrant. Every single Tyrant has a special blue card that can go in, and or at least one. Some have more than others. So that is that. We'll deal with that in a second. This is just a fancy kind of expansion mat. You don't need this to play the game, but basically this bead, I think it shows up, yeah. This bead is the progress tracker. This is our day tracker, and this is the Goblin Queen. So we're allowed to read the card and familiarize ourselves with the card, so we'll do that really fast. All right, the Goblin Queen. Knowing the cutthroat and mischievous tendencies of her kind, the Goblin Queen forces other creatures to carry out her personal protection. Despite this, she knows the growth of the Goblin influence is her best chance at a true matriarchy over Delore. With her husband now dead, she plots within the safety of her southern cave system. So we need 6 progress points in 9 days to fight her. So generally the way they do it is that you have 2 extra days to work with. If we lose 2 right off the bat, this campaign's done. We'll have to restart, honestly. It's kind of how it works out. But other than that, we can read the back, but basically, just so that you know, she starts here. Her guard is here that she had. The special guard that she has is here. It goes back and forth. It really kind of screws us up. So we'll deal with that when we get there. But yes, it's up to 9 days, 6 progress points. Every time we succeed on one of these encounter cards, we get a progress point. We'll move the thing and we'll move along. We're gonna roll our dice in here. We have our 1 encounters, our 5 encounters. There's nothing up there. This is our premium chip set. Highly recommended if you're getting this game, get the premium chip set. This is our character, or gear lock, I should say, Nugget. Now, to be honest, I haven't used a lot of Nugget. I've played her maybe half a dozen times, so I don't have a ton of experience with her. Now there's already some dice on the board, and the reason being is because I haven't played this game in so long. I want to give myself a leg up. So I gave myself 2 extra health, because you're allowed to on the easiest setting, and 1 extra skill point, which I spent on Longblade. This is her cheat sheet, double-sided, like most the cheat sheets in this game are. And basically, the longsword deals the amount of damage to a target and place die back in its skill slot. The reason that this is why I think a good die is it's a guaranteed hit every single time. And that's not the case with attack dice. So we decided to go with that. We also have 2 more cheat sheets. One's just on the reference guide and one's on all the things that could possibly affect me. So you all don't have to worry about that, but if you see me reference them, I'll try to explain what they are. This is the battle map. Enemies will be up here. We will be down here. Sometimes they move around, and we'll see. And these are the rest of our dice. And that's everything. So we will start off. Like I said, if at any point you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to answer them. So to start off, we're going to read our first special encounter card, titled The Mandalorian. You can guess what this is about. After weeks of preparation, everything is ready for the journey to hunt the latest tyrant. Before Obendar can be left behind, however, a new poster tacked up outside the Tipsy Toll Tavern catches the eye. It appears the Gearlock Council has some interest in locating a young Gearlock boy with unusual abilities. For some reason, the likeness of the poster seems familiar. Clearly, the council has a bounty on the child. Something devious is afoot. While on the trail of the tyrant, it's probably a good idea to be on the lookout for this kid and keep him under protection. The poster says he was last swimming out in Bay Biota. Let's check the map. Oh, this is the way. On the back, it says we only have 1 option. Usually you have 2. There's only 1 for this. He's just a baby. I think he looks pretty cute. It says Gilly, which is weird. Doesn't look anything like Gilly. The party decides to search for signs of baby Gearlock rumored to be living in the Delorian countryside. So basically you shuffle in these 5 loot cards, which we've already done. I have no idea if they're in there. We might as well get a quick shuffle again, just in case. In case I do pull this card right away. And if you get the 1 card, you get the baby, basically. And then you need other cards to do other things. So, we'll shuffle that up, and then we'll shuffle the trade loot too. Alright. So, I think we're all set. Let us start day 1. I also have a tracker way over on that side. It shows how much progress we're at and what day is on, so you don't have to try to read this map. So let's go with the first one. Eat or retreat. Success. The escape from Obendar was draining, but now the real struggle begins. Better judgment stands at odds with the stomach's grumbling. Obviously it's necessary to get as far away from the city walls as possible, but doing so without finding cover to rest a bit and eat may have dire consequences before long. I think I picked the right card. They have sets for solo play and not solo play. I'm pretty sure this is right. That's right. Obviously, it's necessary to get blah, blah, blah. A dissonant symphony of whirling mechs overhead, shouting guards nearby, and a stomach in anguish serves as a reminder that no choice is safe, and this journey is already fraught with hardship. All right. So just so you know that this tyrant is from Undertow and not the base game. So we're using Undertow cards. All right. So we have 2 options. They are both non-combat options. First option is we can keep moving. Each Gearlock gains 1 deck stat. Yeah, I feel like this is not the right solo cards. That's all right. We'll play. We'll see what happens. So anyway, there's certain cards that are for solo, certain ones that are not. I think, let me just pull a random one. The rest are, well, day 2 probably won't be either, but that's okay. So each Gearlock gains 1 deck stat, which means we can increase our dexterity dice by 1. Or we take a few minutes to get a lay of the land before proceeding. Turn over the top baddie chip in each baddie stack. So we can see the top number 1, see the top number 5. That choice also lets us grab some loot, which could be interesting, and I'll get why in a second. Either way, it doesn't matter which we choose. We get loot, we get 1 progress point, and we get 1 skill point. Okay, that's no matter what. So the reason that's interesting is because Nugget, as her innate ability, which means she has it specifically for just herself and it's active all the time, is that whenever she draws loot as an encounter reward, draw an extra one and discard one. So like I said, I'm not big into loot generally in this game. I've never really focused in on that. And we're already guaranteed to get one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the dexterity die. Now, we'll do a quick overview of this map. The numbers that are printed on are your guaranteed base stats. So we're guaranteed 4 health, we're guaranteed 3 dex. We're not guaranteed, but you start with 4 health, start with 3 dex, start with 2 attack, start with 1 defense. I add the 2 health because of the difficulty, and now we add 1 dexterity on for our reward. So we get 1 progress point. So we'll go there and we'll add our progress. There. We get 1 skill point. Now, we could get skills, we could get more health, we could get dexterity, we could get attack, or we could get defense. And the way you get attack or defense is a little bit different than everything else. And when we get to that point, I'll tell you. I'm actually going to pick Wildborn. Wildborn has 1 bone side, 3 sides that have an eye with a 1, and 2 sides an eye with a 5. So what does this last do? It removes the number of points or less baddie from baddie mat and adds to the bottom of the battle queue. Die can only be rolled. Oh wait, it moves to the bottom of the battle queue. I don't know if I want that actually. Well, so basically the way the battle queue works is your strongest monsters are on top. So this would move your strongest ones onto the bottom. Actually, I don't know if I want that. I thought I removed them completely, which would have been sweet. A little too sweet, but I do like Lucky. Lucky is good. Basically, Lucky gives you any turn, but it's gonna be an active slot. And the only reason I don't really worry about the active slot so much is because she has Mischief, which is going to screw up her active slot, which I won't get, like I said, not too much into now. We're going to get this. We're going to get Nugget's Dagger. So Nugget's Dagger allows us to basically perform Bleed. The reason that's important is because Bleed will let us do 1 damage constantly to an enemy. The enemy is bleeding out, essentially. And then we get a loot card. So we actually get 2, and we discard 1. Loot, I'm going to keep off to, I guess, the side right here. We'll put it right here. I'll put this card off to the side. All right, so 2 loot. Our innate ability lets us draw 2 and then keep 1. So we get Handed Blade. We get 2 uses out of it. Anytime during your turn, roll 2 attack dice apart from each other dice. It does not cost dex, and deal damage to any adjacent unit. Rolling a bone breaks the blade. And at the start of the round, you may place 1 defense die on the active slot. So we get more attack or more defense. I like the idea of more defense. So we're going to throw that in the back. We're going to get defense. I'll place that right there so you can still see it. Let's move that up a bit. All right, and then we're going to start day 2. As simple as that, right? The game is as simple as that until we start fighting things. All right. So fish and gearlock stink after 2 days. The sewer is now miles back, and the river is just ahead. As luck would have it, a perfectly serviceable raft is tethered at the bank to a young Stardrew sapling. Its owner is nowhere in sight, but hopefully he won't mind that this vessel was commandeered for a good cause. There's still the question of what to do about these ripe-smelling gearlock clothes, though. The more time spent washing up at the shore, the greater chances of a mech assault. But the Cybrin's fearsome Krellin can detect rancid smells from miles away. So either way, we're going to have to fight. Now, we can either go to the raft, or we can stay on land. So the raft option has a baddie queue, whatever a baddie queue points are. So the way that's done is essentially whatever day you are times your gearlocks. Again, since this was supposed to be 2 characters, this gets thrown off a little bit, but that's okay. So baddie queue for me right now would be 2. So I would fight 2 1-point baddies, if that makes sense. If the baddie queue was 4, I would fight 4 1-point baddies. If it was 5, I would just fight a 5-point. If it was 6, I would fight a 5 and then a 1. Essentially how it works. So it would include these 3 pointers, but it's not going to. The Kremlin appears injured with a recent scuffle with another of its kind. When the Kremlin enters battle mat, it does so with half HP, so we don't have to worry about that. So the other one is to do on land. It would have mechs, but we don't have to worry about the mechs because we won't have a high enough baddie queue. All right, let's go on land. So the way this works is all these chips are already shuffled up, so we don't have to worry about them. So since our baddie points is gonna be 2, we're gonna take our lane marker chips, and we're gonna take the first one, second one. So the first baddie is a Dragon Biddy. It has 3 life. It's melee attack, so it starts on the melee space. It's only going to have 1 attack die. Its initiative is a 4. And that's it. This one is a ranged attack. It has Hardy and Compound, which we'll read in a second. Oh, this has Weaken, which we'll get into in a second. Alright, so that's a 2. And it starts with a 6. Alright, so let's read what makes these guys special. So Weaken. Place a Weaken die on target. The Gearlock's dex is reduced by this number next turn. So Weaken 1, so after it goes, it's going to put a Weaken 1 on me. So my dexterity is really now going to be 3 instead of 4. And then Hardy. Any turn this unit takes damage to its health points, including true damage, it's reduced to 1. So it can only ever do 1 damage. And Compound, this unit's attack die is equivalent to the round number. So the first round only has 1 attack, second's 2, 3, so that's not great. So we're gonna roll our initiative to see where we start. We got a 3, so we start at the very bottom. All right. And I think you're supposed to put yours out first, technically. I think I screwed that up. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've started. Let me just look it up really fast. 8 points. You get the factor in the counter. Let's see. Calculate. Draw baddies to equal the baddie points using the highest point. Actually, it's not really saying. Interesting. Doesn't say. Weird. Alright, well, we're going to do it this way. So after I know what it is, I can start. My character is melee and or ranged. Or not and or. It's both. So I can start. Usually, if you're melee, you can only start on the melee spots. If you're ranged, you can only start on the range spots. Range can hit anywhere on the map. Melee can only hit adjacent, but not diagonally. So he's gonna start hitting me hard pretty fast, probably. Bad guys get 2 movement, so he'd be able to go 1, 2, and then attack adjacently. So I almost want to start here so that he can't hit me the first round. Oops, this is supposed to be purple. So I almost want him so he can't hit me the first round. That's my rough idea. He's gonna hit me regardless. So I'm just gonna have to try to go through this guy as fast as humanly possible, then go through the rest. So I think that sounds good. All right, let's get started. It's gonna drive me nuts that I don't remember the exact sequence. Or phase, and I thought it easily said it too. One thing you'll learn is the rulebook can be a little rough at times. Nice. No, I think you see the baddie starting spots first. Yeah, I think it's initiative, then baddie points. I think. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to play this way. Somebody can correct me later on. So, first thing is purple. So it's going to roll 1 attack die. Do 1 damage. Alright. Blue. So baddies can only move up to 2 spots. So that's why I moved where I did. So they go 1, 2. Alright, it's my turn. So I have weaken on me. I forgot to do that already. Weaken, and that's hardy. So weaken states that my dexterity basically is down to 3 instead of 4 now. So we use 1 of our dexterity to move. Dexterity is used for movement and rolling dice. So I have 2 dexterity left, right? Because we can remove 1. I moved 1 from moving. We're going to roll our 2 skills. So one's going to be a guaranteed hit, and one is hopefully going to be bleed. Alright, so we got a 1 and a 1. So we do 2 damage. This goes back, and he gets bleed. So as he starts his turn, he's now going to take 1 damage. It's not going to work out well for him. Alright, so next round. He's going to attack me with 2 dice now. 2 damage, jeez. Next is the blue ones. He has bleed. It's going to take out his last life. So this is exhausted. Alright, there's 1 enemy less that we have to worry about. And then we'll discard that one. Now it's my turn. And we'll take out the blue die. Now it is my turn. So again, I still have 3 dexterity. So I'm actually going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to roll a defensive dice. Or die. And it's a bone. So any missed dice goes into your backup plan. Basically, your backup plan lets you do special things, possibly. Alright. Ho-ho, he took me out. Wow, he rolled 3. That stinks. Alright, I got knocked out. So we'll read officially what happens when knocking out. I don't like lose the game or anything, it's just, it doesn't go well. So remove all dice from the gear lock's active slots, lock slots, and backup plan. Place all exhausted skill dice back in their skill slots. Remove any remaining buff HP from the prep area. Place KO party members on the gear lock map. Place any undefeated baddies face down on the bottom of their appropriate active stat. And then we go into the recovery phase. So, because I didn't win, I don't get a progress point. I don't succeed with this, which really stinks because you kind of really need to off the bat. That was a bad first draw. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so he's gonna go on the bottom of his stack. And it's purple. 2. Ugh, that is really rough. Alright, so the recovery phase. How does that work? We'll get into that 1 second. So new encounters. So we did not succeed. So we could do loot trading, lock picking, or an individual thing, and we're gonna rest and recover to heal our health completely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that goes back. Backup plan. All right, that was really rough. That's really bad. So we advance to day 3 and we don't get a progress point. It's not the worst thing that happened, but it's not great because we lost out on 2 progress points. That's what we should have gotten for that. So we will see how this next day goes. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's really rough. All right. If I end up losing and there's still enough time, I'll go get the right cards and we'll play again. Maybe shuffle new cards in. But I have faith. I have faith we'll do this well. All right, so now we start with our first real encounter card. The reason that the other cards look different than these is in Undertow, the first 2 days are always special cards that are used. They're known as day 1 cards, day 2 cards. In the base game, there's day 1, day 2, day 3 cards. So in the base game, you only get those 3 cards to start off, and that's it. So every single game is going to start exactly the same, which is kind of a bummer. But as you get other expansions, they start adding more in there. So, all right, day 3, still in progress. Let us keep going. So, Kobold Swimming Lessons. Proud and stubborn, southern kobolds are set in their ways. They love their fancy armor. The more ornate and heavily plated, the better. This affinity creates some issues for for a species that otherwise is fairly adept at swimming. With the sun in his eyes, the kobold on the raft ahead does not see me approaching, and I know that if I knock him in the water, his armor will sink him to the bottom of the river. He may still put up a decent fight, but a dip in the Sibrin may tip the scales in my favor. Alright. So I have two choices. I could tip those scales and fight in the water. Replace the Kobold Ironclad to 20 pointer on any of the 4 center positions on the battle map. Place an untargetable effect die on a gear lock until the end of round 3, or until the gear lock effect affects the kobold in any way. Gearlock also has an extra backup plan for Dunk. Move an adjacent unit onto the Kremlin starting position. The encounter success is achieved by defeating the kobold or moving it into the Kremlin starting position. So there's 2 sides of this map that I think to show you. So this is the raft side when we do water stuff. So essentially he would start somewhere in here on any of the 4 center positions. And we would start in any of these positions. He would not be able to target us for 3 rounds, which could be good. And we have a backup plan at 4. Move an adjacent unit onto a Kremlin starting position. To a Kremlin. To an adjacent. So essentially, let's say, I don't know, we start here, the baddie starts here. If we move it here and we get backup plan up to 4, we can move them onto an adjacent unit, onto a Kremlin starting position. Oh wait, these are the Kremlin starting positions. So we kind of had to push it off. Okay, it's interesting. The other options, we can go on the other side and say it's too risky and just do a normal baddie point thing. Now, the reason I'm kind of thinking about doing this, even though it might be a bit harder, is you get an extra skill point, and I feel like we need it after the last kind of embarrassing loss. So we're gonna do this. So I need to find the Kobold Ironclad. Let's make sure it's not one of these. Kobold Ironclad. Nope. All right. So Cobalt Infiltrator. Green ones are Spice and Dice, so I know that's not it. Or not, yeah, green ones are Spice and Dice. Alright. Ah, it was the very last one. Go figure. Okay. So, the Cobalt Ironclad has 8 health. Has that compound thing, is hardy, which means it would take 8 rounds to defeat it. AKA, defeating it's not the best option. So the best option is to get lots of bones. I basically need to get 8 bones worth. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8 bones worth. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start here. He's gonna be a 4 initiative. Or, sorry, he's a 1 chip. 4 initiative. 8 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we're gonna start him there. Our initiative is 4 as well. Ties go to the gear lock. Okay. Oh man. Alright. So attack dice, I think only have 1 bone. Defense have 2. But we can only roll 1 defense dice. So we're gonna roll an attack die and 2 defense dice. And we'll roll our 1 skill thing because that has a chance of rolling a bone too. So we will go first. Oh, we need our untargetable die. So we're untargetable for 3 rounds. That's untargetable. Alright, let's go. So we got 1 bone, which is good. We got bleed. You don't have to do your attacks or anything like that. we can just do it to why not, right? And I don't want him to bleed because I still want that die to try to roll a bone. So we have 1 bone. He can't target us, but he can roll 2 defensive dice. Oops. Sorry, I should have done that in there. And he rolls 2 bones. Alright. Let's see. Next round. So I need to start throwing a lot more bones. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, this is like the best rolls of my life. So I do 1 damage still, which is cool. Now he goes. He rolls his 2 defense dice still. He's that 2 defense. So because it's like this, it's kind of important not to do a 2, not like merge them together, because he can only roll as many dice as the total amount of defense dice he has. So his defense is only up to 2, so we can only roll 2 dice. But if you put, let's say, a 2 on here instead, well, then he can still roll his other die. So random things to know. All right, I'm immediately regretting this. I am really regretting this now. Yeah, jeez. Okay, thought. We're actually going to use 1 of our things to move them here. So we can't attack him now. But what I'm hoping is, well, because we can control his movement, we're going to make him move here his next turn, because we're probably not going to get enough. No, we're probably not going to get enough bones. But if we get enough and he moves, I think that'll help us. I'll explain in a second. Alright, so we got our 2nd bone, which is good. Oh wait, I'm technically not allowed to throw any more defense dice, so I shouldn't have been doing that. But that's alright, because it wasn't what it was. The reason being is you can only throw as many defense dice as you have available, and there's 1 in the active slot. You can't throw that. But you can if it's the other way around, right? So there's 1 in a bone, you can throw it, but once it becomes active, you lose it. So we're untargetable. I don't think he would actually move yet, so we're not going to do that. So 4, we are now targetable. So we're going to roll this and 2 attacks and hope for the best. All right, this is actually very good. This is very good. The reason being is we're going to go, he's going to go, he's going to move, and he throws the attack dice on the round. So we get 4 attack dice for him. And most likely he won't kill us. All right, so 2 bones, and he rolls a 3. Now we have 2 shield, so we block 2 of it, and we get hit for 1, which is fine. Does not matter. Round 5, our turn. We can use our bones. We use 4 bones that we're allowed to move the Kremlin, move an adjacent unit into a Kremlin starting position. Boom, done. Sinks. We win. Encounter success is achieved by defeating the kobold or moving it into a Kremlin starting position. Done and done. Thank God we won that. Okay. So first thing is we made progress around the river. Fantastic. We get 2 skill points now. So I want to go for attack first. Now, this is what we're doing with the first skill point. The reason I'm specifying this, hopefully you'll see in a minute. Well, you might see in a minute. With our first skill point, we're going to go for attack. The way you level up your attack is you take whatever your current attack is total, which is 2, and we roll dice. Both of these have to be hits. If one is a bone, the attack is unsuccessful and we don't move on, or we don't get it. So it is. So we get 1 attack. If that was unsuccessful, we don't lose the point, but we can't try for attack again. Okay, that's the way that works essentially. Now the other thing I want is a defense die. So it's the same exact process. So with skill point 2, we're going to try to get a defense die. Again, same exact thing, but you're allowed 1 reroll. So if this is a bone, we can reroll once. Okay. So it's a bone. So we can reroll once. And it's a bone. So we can't go for defense anymore, but we don't lose the point. We just can't put it in defense. I'm actually probably going to raise dexterity. So this way I can throw all my attack, my defense, and this guaranteed attack thing. And after that, we might go for health and defense moving forward. And then the other thing we have to do, and I forgot to use the plated skull, I have to remember this, is that we get our loot cards. And we could draw 2 because of Nugget's innate ability. The first one is a Descaler. The second one is a Makabash Pipe. Alright, Descaler. It's a single use card. Grant any gear lock 2 buff HP. Otherwise, during a lockpick attempt, use this to open a lock of 4 or less without the use of action dice. We're getting lockpicking if we get to that point. The Makabash Pipe has 2 uses. Roll a d6, apply result to any lock. Basically, it's a lock thing. So I'm not going to worry about the lock thing. I do like the idea, though, of 2 buff HP at some point if we need it. So that is that. So we made 1 progress. Thank goodness, because we were slightly behind. And we are moving on now to day 4. So let's clean this up a little bit. Hopefully we never see another 20-point baddie again for the rest of this match. HP. So the way, I guess I should explain. The way this works is we won, so we divide the spoils and apply all this different stuff. And then we can either do lockpicking, loot trading, there's no one to trade with, or we do individual options, which is rest and recover, search for better loot, or scout the area. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna rest and recover. I generally rest and recover. I don't like look for more loot usually. It's just not something I do. All right, and this gets cleared out. And let us draw next card. 2 progress, day 4, right? I have that up. All right, cool. Next card, here we go. All right. The Haft Raft. It's exciting theater, but I wouldn't recommend watching 2 entire logs of your raft get sheared off on the rocks. They call this area of the Sibrin the Narrows. And now I know why. It turns out that half a raft can still stay afloat, but the shore is absolutely on top of me, and the current through this channel is feeble and slow. Any creatures with bad intentions would have no problem effortlessly hopping right onto my raft. My quandary now is if it's worth it to commit my extremities to the water in order to get this float moving faster. The waters may be calm, but there are still Krellin, I think they spelled that wrong, about, and I happen to like my hands and feet. No, they spelled it right. I can't read. Alright, so our 2 options. They're both raft side options. And they're both fighting. So one, I can get my feet wet. We do our baddie points, which is 4, and we include 2 fish things. I was supposed to include them before. Shoot, I screwed up on that a while back, but that's the thing we lost anyway, so it would have just been harder. And we include 2 fish things. Use only 2 lanes, lanes 1 and 4, which are these 2, and 2 baddies at a time. Also, use only Krellin starting positions, 1 and 3, which are these 2, and 5. Oh, 1, 3, 5 for this battle. Start gear lock on a Krellin starting position, which would probably be any of these, and then you fight as normal. And then you can also stay ready for action, baddie points, and then add 3 1-point baddies. Use only 2 lanes, lanes 1 and 3, and then max at 2 baddies at a time. Now this is interesting because the bottom one, hey Revenge of the Meeples, thank you, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. So the bottom action, where it allows us to stay ready for action, which is baddie points, which is 4, and add 3 1-point baddies. So it'd be 7 baddies we have to fight. And if we win, interesting. If we win, we get the extra progress point. 7 enemies though. Again, I still feel like we're slightly behind, so we need to kind of catch up on that. But the other way, our baddie points could include 2 Krellins. I think we're gonna have to go for the bottom one. So it would be 7 enemies. But we're only using 2 lanes and a max of 2 baddies at a time. So it should be manageable. It's just gonna be a long fight. I think that's the best bet. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Alright, so we're not gonna use this. I don't think we're gonna use this. So let's get 7. Actually, what we're gonna do is this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's upside down. All right, and then we'll just make our stack of baddies right there. All right, so we'll only use lanes 1 and 3. So these 2 lanes. First one is a melee, and lane 3 is a melee. So they both go up here. All right, first one is a 2. Now the other reason it's important too is as you put in more enemies, 1, 2, 3. As you put in more enemies, they always start on the bottom of the initiative. So even if the next enemy that comes out is a, let's say 6, starts at the bottom. So starting with low numbers is really good. What's ours? 4, so we start first. All right, Hardy. If I remember correctly, Hardy's they only take 1 damage, right? Any turn this unit takes damage, it's reduced to 1. So that's good to know. And equipment, I have to roll a d6. So equipment, a 3. Increase attack die by 1. So it's actually swinging for 2. So I'm just gonna put 2 attack dice there to remind me of that. Let's see. Well, I want to take out this attack one first. Hopefully we can knock it out right away. And I think that's it. I think we're gonna be good to go. All right. So we have 5 dexterity. So we can roll all 3 attack, or 1 defense die. So we're at 4, and our 1 special attack die. All right, a bone. There's our 1 defense we're allowed, and we do 3 damage, knocking him out. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Let me get that back. That goes away. He's knocked out. All right. 1, 2. He rolls 1 attack, 1 defense. He has a bone, which doesn't do anything, so that's fine. And 1 takes out a 1 armor. Okay. Then we draw from our next stack because it's a new round. And it's a melee. It's also another hardy. He's got 3 life. Okay. I get to go first. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to declare this one my target. I can use my defense roll again. Oops. Because I have no defense anymore. So we're going to do 3 attack, 1 defense. And I'm going to get get out the bleed die. So actually I'm going to remove one of the attacks and put the other attack in. I'll show you why in a second if it hits. Which it didn't. So that's fantastic. We're not going to accept that amount. So 1, and we would do 4 damage, but Hardy reduces it to 1. So that stinks. Okay. Blue now attacks for 1 and throws 1 defense die. Gets 2 defense, which is awful, and hits me for 1, which removes my 1 shield. This one is now going to attack me for 1. Hits me for 1. That stinks a lot. Okay. 3. I'm actually going to use this scaler right off the bat. So I'm going to grant myself 2 buff HP. What does that mean? I lose buff HP before I lose my regular health. So I get extra health basically but it doesn't go on my main health. It's just off to the side for now. All right, so did I flip this already? I can't remember. Round 1, I knocked out the guy pretty fast. Round 2, they attacked. They only attacked once, so now it's round 3. All right, so we're gonna do 1 shield again, 2 health, a guaranteed hit, and poison. Or not poison, the dagger. All right, so we got our defense. Poison hits. Defense hits. So I had 3 defense, which knocks out his defensive die, does 1 damage. And so that's good. Now, what the fun part is, he is now poisoned. His die gets exhausted completely, but he killed himself. So that's that. The next guy is going to attack me with 1 attack die. Does 1 damage. I lose my shield. Cool. Round 4. It's going to start getting very interesting very fast. And you'll see why. Oh, range. Oh. This is not a good one to get. I actually have to run over and kill this guy. Alright. So, first thing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to roll 1 attack and 1 defense die. And try to hit this guy. Alright. 1 defense. 1 attack. That's 1 damage. Okay. This guy can move 2 spaces. 1, 2. That's it. He's going to swing for 4. Which is terrible for me. 4, 5, 6 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not looking great. This is looking really bad. Alright. We're gonna roll 5. We're gonna use this Plated Skull once and put any defensive die in a spot. We're gonna put 1 right there. Then we're gonna roll this, and the rest are gonna be everything else. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, we can't roll a defensive die. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is all we can roll. Hit for 2. Well, it doesn't matter. We can only do 1 damage, which is fine. Takes him out. All right. That was rough. That was a rough one to fight. He's taken out. So now he's going to come after me. He moves next to me. Rolls his 1 die. Does 1 damage. Rolls my HP down by 1. Now, I'm going to die. And the reason being is because we're now in the bleed round, essentially. What happens with this is we put in the next blue, which is another ranged. He signals, which means he puts another 1 baddie in, 1 point baddie in. And he goes to the bottom. Now, at the very beginning of the round, everyone takes 1 true damage. He takes 1, I take 1, he takes 1. So actually, we never signaled in. I basically have 1 round left I can play. So he's dead. He's got 2 life left. I can't even kill that guy. So, and it doesn't take out defense first. It's true damage, which is what stinks. Alright, so we had the bones. Oh, wait. So 1, 2, 3. Should have rolled this one as well. Okay. The reason that's important is because I actually saved this another round. Because we have 2 bones. We're going to use both bones to revitalize, which is our second thing. And we're going to live another day. We're going to heal Nugget for 2 HP. Oh, that is huge. And we did 1 damage. Damn. I don't think we took the HP away yet. Yeah, we did 1 before that. Okay. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize. And we're down to the last 2. So he is going to be blue. There. Oh, they're right next to me. That's kind of good. Oh, but he's doing signal too. Come on. I hate signal enemies. Oh, but he won't get to. 2, 3. I forgot what engulf is. Alright, engulf. Engulf. Just want to make sure I have something right. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, so in golf is not listed on this page. All right, in golf. All damage rolled by this unit also hits all adjacent units as target, including self, as well as triggers reaction skills if inapplicable. So he's going to punch himself in the face too, which is always great. All right, so they are out there. I just need to make sure the timing of one thing really fast. I think I'm right. Just want to make sure. All right, let's see. Game view, rotate, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see. Battle mat. Okay. That is your battle queue. But okay. Page 17, initiative. Use the end battle after R1. Okay. Cool. Alright, so bleed effect, 1 damage to everyone. He gets knocked out. I can't believe we might actually win this. That's dumb luck. Like, honestly, dumb luck. Alright, yellow's there. I guess this is why you play the game, right? Alright, so we'll go us first. So we still have 1 defense left. Oops. Long blade and 3 swords. We used our 2 bones, so I should have taken that out. A lot of damage. Take him out. We win. That's luck. That is dumb luck. But I'll take it. Alright, those enemies were all taken out. Move or die, and look at our rewards. So, we get a progress point, which is huge. We needed that. We're only halfway. We get 2 skill points, and we get 1 loot. So, the first thing we'll do is we'll get all of our dice back. Where's our long blade? There it is. All right, first thing I really want defense. So the first die is gonna be used for defense. Bones, this one. All right, so we get 1 defense. Perfect. That's good. So that's 1 of our skill points. Our second out of the 2. I'm gonna try for attack. I'm gonna roll 3 attack dice. Wow, I hit it. Holy cow. 4 attack. All right, cool. And then we get 2 loot cards because of our innate ability. Interesting. That's a card you might not see a lot or find in any of the expansions. Just saying. So, hunting net. Remove a 1 or 5 point baddie from the current battle placed on this card. This baddie must be defeated prior to the tyrant battle. To defeat, place baddie at the bottom of the BQ during setup at any future battle. Interesting. So, Ace of Essence. A card that might not exist. When played, count the aces in your loot area, including this one. If you have 1, heal a party member for 2 HP, reshuffle all discarded loot back into the loot deck. If you had 2, you would heal for 3, you do some other stuff for you, whatever. I'm going to take the aces, or the Ace of Essence. That doesn't exist. Just saying. I know you think you see that card right now, but you don't. Alright, so that is that. We are going to heal up, that's for sure. I need 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Alright, we go to the next day now, day 5. We only got a few days left, so we really need to make sure we get everything else right. So day 5. All right. The best defense is a good offense, as I say. Entering the settlement, I can feel eyes on me immediately. This hidden cave is full of paranoid gearlocks, weary looking and seemingly afraid to talk. They're building machinery, and while no sentries watch, jeez, I can't read tonight, they appear to be working against their will. Seeing gearlocks in this region is bizarre, and they seem well aware they don't belong. Are they in hiding? Held under threat? Maybe the makeshift shanty at the back of the cave holds answers. Armaments are everywhere inside, perhaps the Nobulus machines, or perhaps for Nobulus's machines. Even a working prototype stands awaiting for instructions. As the mechs crash through the walls with me in their sights, I attach one of the more advanced pieces to my arm. Alright. So day 5, we have a day 5 baddie ship. Let me just look up something really fast. I want to clarify a rule that that I might be getting wrong. Oops. Okay. So we can do seems like a weapon. The prototype arm successfully fuses with your arm temporarily. The baddie Q is baddie points, including 2 mechs. Your attack and defense stats are linked and can be used for each stat. So that could be kind of good. And the other one is seems like a controller of sorts. Wait, how do I pause? I need to invert the y-axis in the settings. Basically, we could do baddie points and add the abomination prototype to the bottom of the baddie queue. Which I'm kind of tempted to do that because then we have a 5 and a 5 and then this 3-pointer. At the end of each round, you may take a turn for the abomination prototype. Wait, do I control it then? Baddie points, add abomination prototype 3-point to the bottom of the battle queue. There's only going to be 2 things in the battle queue because it's a 5-pointer and then this 1-3. At the end of each round, you may take a turn. Now, it's still in the battle queue, so it's not fully mine, but I can half control it. I like that. We're going to do that. Plus, that gets us extra loot. So let's find the 3-pointer. Oh, that's not it. Oh, okay. The last one. Abomination prototype. All right, cool. Put them back. All right, so we're back on the other side of this map. All right, so the first one's gonna be stack 5. Ah, good, signal 3. We'll get into that in a second. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he gets a 6 initiative, which is even worse. Jeez Louise. Alright, and then he is initiative 3. 2. Determine his starting spot. Reroll a die. 5. He starts here. 3 attack. Okay. So at the end of our turn, we can take a turn with him. Okay, that'll work out. Still hate the signal 3. All right, so signal, to explain that. At the start of this unit's turn, add a single lesser baddie to the bottom of the BQ. So since he's a 5-pointer, he'll add a 1-pointer. This skill triggers once per round for the number of rounds. So it triggers for 3 rounds in a row, which is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So let's see what our initiative is. A 3, so we tie purple. That's gonna be somewhat important. Okay. All right. The reason I'm kind of mapping this out is I'm trying to figure out exactly the best way to go. All right. So. Yeah. All right. I think this will be the best way. All right, yep, we're gonna do this. So first, we add this to the bottom of the baddie queue, so it's gonna come out next round, and will come out in this lane somewhere. Then he's going to roll 2 defense dice and attack me for 1. Let me just signify that I've done. Well, I guess I can just look at the round mark. I don't do that. So 2 attack, a bone, and 1 defense. So 2 attack stinks a lot. That's that. All right. I'm going to use 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. So I have 3 dexterity left. So I will roll 2 defense dice and a bleed. All right. So a bone. 2 defense, 2 attack, which does 1, 2, and he has bleed, which is probably the best roll we could have gotten. He's gonna move for 2, so he self repairs and disruption. Oh wait, and he starts with 2 defense. I forgot that. So self repair, if I remember correctly, just goes up to the amount. And disruption, what was that? Advance round counter die. Oh, to that. Okay, so if he rolls a bone, basically. This goes to the bleeding phase, and we do that whole damage thing again. So he goes 1, 2. Can't attack anyone, doesn't roll defense dice. At the end of the round now, I can control him. So I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to roll an attack against him for 1 damage. Cool. Cool, cool. Next round. So this one that got signaled in. Is attacking. 2, 3. We'll get into detonate and careless in a second. I think detonate, I should remember that less than full HP. Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. 3, and then he's gonna go on the bottom. Okay, cool. Now, 6 goes first. First he takes the damage, because he's bleeding. Puts a baddie in baddie queue. Rolls 2 defense dice and 1 attack. Alright, gets 2 defense, which is terrible, and 1 damage to me, bringing my shield down by 1. I get to go now. We're going to roll 1 defensive die, 1 guaranteed to hit die. I'm up to 5, and then 3 attack. Right? That makes the most sense. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Alright, 2 bones, which is kind of huge actually. And then 1, 2, 3 attack. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get our long blade back. That goes there. Purple now. He's gonna move 1, swing for 1. Hits for 1. Takes out the last defense die I had. And this guy goes 1, 2. Okay. End of the round, I can attack. Oh wait, he gets to roll his defense die. For 1. Okay. I'm gonna move him down 1 and attack for 1. Which moves his defense. Okay, round 3. This is the second signal guy, so this is a 4. Oh my gosh. 2, 3. Alright, first thing is bleed. He does 1 last signal. There's 1 more guy in. And then he attacks. 2 defense and a sword. Bones, 2, 1 defensive die. 2 hit on me. 2. Stinks. Alright, my turn. So I'm going to use 2 of these bones and heal 2. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We have 1 die left. This is borderline silly, but we're going to do 1 damage. The reason we're going to do 1. Take that. Alright. Now purple goes. Purple can move 1, 2, and that's it. Yellow technically moves first, and then it's going to detonate for 2. So it's actually going to kill itself and do 2 damage to everything adjacent to it. So 2 to me. 2 here. Actually it takes out the 2 shield. And this goes 1, 2. Now Abomination can attack first, so we'll go 1, and we're going to have him roll 1 damage. Oh wait, he should roll 1 defensive die first. So that takes up that. Alright. Okay. The last signaled enemy in is a range for 2. Holy cow. We're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. Blue goes first. He has bleed, which is going to take him out. Thank goodness. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Oops. Let's move that over there. Now it's my turn. We're going to move up 1. And we have 4 dice left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we have a bone. We have 1 defense. We do 2 damage. Which is going to take out this enemy. Okay, it's pretty solid. Happy with that. Then I'm going to use this backup plan to heal 2. Purple goes now. Moves 1. He gets to heal first, so he's up to 2. Rolls 1 attack die. Rolls a bone, which now makes this one of these. 1, 2. Rolls attack and shield. Wow. 2 shield, 1 attack. Takes off the 1 defense. My Abomination goes next. 1. Then we'll roll our 1 attack, which is a bone. Okay. And we start. Now, 1 true damage to everything because it's a bleeding round. So we're going to do 1 sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So 2 bones and 3 damage. Oh, this was my target. I'm sorry. The one that was next to me. So it takes up 2, takes up 1. So he's going to blow himself up in a second, which is always fun. But before he does, I'm going to do these 2 to heal 2 more. All right. Purple goes. Ugh, he's just taking on me. Rolls a bone, thank goodness. And then green goes. He technically moves, blows himself up, does 2 damage to me. One true damage to both of us. Ugh, I have 2 health left. I go first. So we'll do our guaranteed hit. We'll do 2 defense and 2 more attack for 5 dice total. Oh wow, everything hit. It's weird. All right, so we have 2 shield and we attack for 3. So it takes out his shield, takes out that. Where's that one? Alright, self-repair is at the start of his turn, right? At the start of his turn. Okay. So his turn, self-repair is for 2. Rolls 1 attack die. Does 1 damage, takes out one of my shields. Alright, next round. Both take 1 damage. Okay. I roll my guaranteed hit again. I have to do 3 damage. Let's risk it. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and our guaranteed hit. 3 damage is what we need. Got it. Actually, yeah, a lot more than that. So 2, 3. Perfect. All right. So we can put that one back in there. That is that. That felt good. Get Nugget's dagger back. All right. So we get our progress point. So we're up to 4. We get loot. 1, 2 for our innate ability. Tattered map and advanced fishing rod. And then we get 2 skill points. So let's see. Tattered map. At the start of a new day, draw an additional encounter card. Choose one and place the other at the bottom of your encounter deck. Advanced fishing rod. During individual options or of recovery phase, gain an additional option. Fishing. Roll a d6. Place HHP as the Gearlock's prep battles buff HP. We want that for sure. We want that for sure. All right, now skill dice. We have 2 points we can do. And I feel like we need health, so I'm actually gonna put both in the health. So we're gonna be up to 8 health now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're resting, recovering. And now is the start of day 6. All right. Day 6, 4 progress points. We need 2 more progress points. All right. Long may you slumber. When you travel the reaches of southern Delore, between the hidden volcanoes, poisonous insects, and vicious poacher traps, it's easy to feel as if nature is hitting you with a sucker punch after sucker punch. When a chance comes to score a cheap shot in return, you take it. When I was younger, I would have blanched at the thought of killing an enemy as it slept, but I know these dozing marauders would do the same to me with a smile on their faces. If I'm quick and quiet, I can dispatch them and be on my way with their loot, minus the smile, of course. Alright, so 2. Work quickly, tread lightly. Baddie points, add 3 points and add a mech. The non-mechs starting on the battle mat are sleeping. Place a stun effect die on each. Damage dealt from attack dice to a sleeping baddie is doubled. Sleeping baddies will wake, remove stun effect dice, the moment any dice are applied to them or when they lose HP. All baddies will wake if a Gearlock gains 2 or more bones in 1 turn, or if a non-mech is awake at the end of the round. The other one is give them a fighting chance. Baddie points, add a mech, and then the Gearlock has surprise. Now, if I remember correctly, surprising just means I get to the top of the chain, essentially. So it could be... Let's think about this. So what we could do... If you add 3 points, that means up to 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so it'd be a 5 and 4 4s, or 4 1s, and a mech. The mech would be the last thing. So there'd be a 5 out there and 3 1s right off the bat. Or we could just do a 5, a 1, and a 3. I like the idea of being able to go through them fast. So the non-mechs starting on the battle mats are sleeping. So until the mech got out there, which it's not going to be. Damage dealt from attack dice is to a sleeping baddie is doubled. Sleeping baddies will wake the moment that any dice are applied to them or when they lose HP. All baddies will wake if a Gearlock gains 2 or more bones in 1 turn or if a non-mech is awake. I'm gonna do that one. I think that one sounds the most fun, to be honest, and the most interesting. So, all right. So it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a mech. I'm just gonna pull from the middle, so it's not gonna be the one that we just did, obviously. Holy cow! I can't get it out. They're too slippery. This one, and that goes on the bottom. Mechs always go on the bottom. Krellins always go on top. So lane 1 marker. Ugh. So that's what stinks. This thing is a hardy. Oh my god. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so he's gonna go there. He gets a stun die on him. I don't even know where my stun dice are. There we go. Stun. He gets a 3. Alright. Marker 2. He gets equipment. A 5. I'll have to look that up. I don't remember what that is. Alright, purple goes there. And he's a 3. Alright, equipment 5. Increased by 2 on initiative die, so he's a 5 now. Okay, that's fine. He gets a stun die. Next one is marker 3. Mischief. 1, 2. He's there, and he is a 4. Okay. And last one. It's marker 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A 3. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay. Alright, so I have to put the stun ones on. So all the stun ones can't do anything until they get hit, basically. Or if this mech comes out. So let's take out this one first. Alright, let's see how this goes. So first round, purple, stunned. This is purple. Yellow, stunned. That's me. So 2 defense, and we're gonna roll 3 attack dice. Big hits. All right, cool. We got our defense, and then we 2, 3, 4. It's doubled now to 8, so it completely takes him out. They're all stunned. He's taken out. Next round. Who comes in? 3. Okay. Everyone's stunned. My turn. He's stunned. Everything is stunned until the mech comes in. At the end of a round, the mech is awake. Okay, that's good to know. At the end of a round. My turn, so I'm gonna attack this thing again. That's for sure. And we'll swing for 4 swords, and I'll take out my guaranteed hit just so I have it. But that only counts as 1, like regular. I hit for a lot. Long story short, I hit for a lot. Takes this guy out. So that mech is gonna be coming in. It's gonna be coming in hot. That's for sure. Round 3. The mech comes in. He goes in the bottom. His starting spot is 5, all the way over here. Interesting. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starts with 2 defense. Intense. Ooh, this is a splice and dice mech. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going here. Intense. Target's backup plan loses X bones. Oh, okay. Interesting. self-repair. It just heals its defense, right, by 1. Yeah, defense die. Okay. These are asleep still. So now it is my turn. So I'm going to use 1. Come up here. Yeah, he's still hardy. I was like, I should attack him first, but he's hardy. So none of that matters. Which really stinks. So we're going to do 4 attack and 1 guaranteed hit onto purple. There's our bone. 1, 2, 3, which is 6, so it does a lot of damage. Knocks this guy out. All right, put those back. Purple die is removed. He is taken out. We're running out of 1, so we'll have to shuffle him back in soon. Blue does nothing. Green, mech. 1, 2. Yep. And now everyone is awake at the end of the round because there is an awake mech. Wait, I don't know why I took that off. That's that. All right, round 4. Yellow goes first. Attack. Ugh. 2 hit. Takes out my 2 defense. Okay. My turn. 1, 2, 3. I can roll 2 dice. Actually, hold on. Is that what we want? I kind of want to do bleed to him right away. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Roll of bones. Roll a shield. Hit and a bleed. Hit. Bleed die. Okay. That's obviously important for a second, as you'll see. So he goes, he bleeds. 1 removed. Is it? Actually, I have to look at this for a second. Hardy. Any turn. Okay. I just want to make sure that it wasn't the entire turn, but it's any turn. So compound is 4 attack dice he's going to roll against me. Terrible. 4, 5. Ugh. So that reduces it down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Now he goes. 1. Intense 1 loses a bone, which stinks a lot. Does 1 damage. Okay. Round 5. Roll an attack die. Hit for 2. Jeez Louise. That is no good. Okay. My turn. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna roll 2 defenses. Oh my gosh, I actually got him. It's not what I wanted, to be honest. And I'm gonna throw in my ace. Heal 2. I have to reshuffle the big deck. Ooh, that is rough, I'm not gonna lie. That has been rough. Alright. So we heal 2. Blue goes. 1, 2. He's gonna move here for green. 1. He removes my 1 bone too. Oh wait, no, I have defense. Sorry, he takes out my defense first. All right, bleed round. Everyone takes the damage. 1, 1, 1, 1. Cool. He does 1 attack on me for 1. Takes away my 1 shield. Okay. My turn. I'm gonna do 1 guaranteed hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm going to use my plated skull once more and put a die on there for 1. Or for 2, I guess. And then we'll do another attack die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. That's too many dice. Hopefully I wasn't rolling that wrong before. Oh well. Alright. Let's see. Alright, another defense. And then 4 attack we're hitting for. 2 of it goes away for that. 2 is that. Perfect. Alright. Hanging in there. I don't think we ever did the bleed for him. Did we? That's alright. It's not going to make a difference because he's going to get hit with bleed now. And then move 1, 2. Can't do anything. Green repairs 1 thing. And he's going to roll 1 attack against me. For 2. He took out a bone, but it doesn't really matter. 2. Which moves this down to 1 defense. The reason that doesn't matter is because now everything bleeds. And guess what? It's going to kill everything but me. Sometimes, man, the bleed rounds can work for you. It's not all the time, but sometimes pretty sweet. Alright, put the 3 back over here. Cool. Excellent job. Good work all around. All right. And that tire is missing. That gets cleared out. So we get 1 progress point. So we're at 5 now. So we're 1 away from the villain. We're doing well. We get 2 skill points. Do I want some attacking stuff? What's let's see some stuff. There's a dash thing which seems like it could be interesting. Just adds movement. Dash might be interesting. Initiative, let's see, long blade. All right, I want to do combat proficiency for 1 of my skill points. And for the other one, let's add a dexterity. And then we get loot. So my thought is combat proficiency basically lets you essentially recover HP your entire game. Oh wait, but the final boss is going to screw that up. Because the way she works is Mischief 1, which removes her active slot. So that's why we weren't getting that. Alright, so we got 1 dexterity. Let's try for attack first. So we're rolling 4 attack. No, we roll the bones, so we don't get that. Let's try for defense. Got it. Alright, I'll do defense. That might work out well. And then we still have to get our equipment. So 2 loot. Alright. So first is a fortune discovery. Select one of your consumable skill dice and place it in a spot. Or cradle. Interesting. Interesting card. If the Gearlock child is not in your party, add his mat to your loot area. He's heavy. Interesting. With 1 skill die of your choice. If it is in your party, his carrier may use choose 1. Your part his carrier may use choose 1. Some rough English there. Basically, use outside of battle to add another skill die to the child's mat, or use during battle to exhaust one of the children's skill dice. Or to unexhaust, I'm sorry. Alright, so he's not in my party. So I can get in my party, but he's going to take up a lot of space. And he gets 1 die. So basically, there's 3 different dice options. One's roll before battle. If you would take that damage that would KO you, avoid the damage, instead heal for the HP exhausted, which is really good. The other one is snack ribbits. Heal yourself for HP, then place a poison effect die on yourself, which is less good. The next time you would gain a status die and are adjacent to another unit, the status effect die is replaced on the adjacent map instead. Or adjacent unit. This is pretty good. So the idea that I like about him right now is that I can prevent a KO, essentially, right? But with the advanced fishing rod, I'm going to be able to put 8 in my prep area as buff HP. But maybe it's good to have both, you know? I feel like for the stream you have to do this. So, alright, let's do it. Let's get the Gearlock Child out. Oh look, this exists now. You never saw it before. And we're going to get rid of Plated Skull. There's our Gearlock Child mat. So it's a heavy item. Heavy items take up 3 spots out of your 4. Alright, so to include it, blah blah blah. This dice are acquired through 5 of the cards. When acquired, the Gearlock is treated as a heavy loot and cannot for any reason be traded, discarded, or removed. The child only gets 1 of his skill dice when he is acquired. The other 2 should be kept in the carrying Storelock tray. Treat the child mat as an extension of the Gearlock carrying him. His skill dice are used as if they belong to the carrying Gearlock, but they do not cost dex to roll. The child's skill dice are exhausted after use and return to the child's mat after battle. So, let's get his special die out there. Alright, we're going to do that. Put that in the back. And I think we're good. So we go to day 7. Alright, day 7. And we need 1 more point. So we just need to succeed through today. And then we'll have like 2 days to try to defeat the Goblin Queen. Honestly, at this point, we could probably take her on. We're actually doing pretty well. The Gearlock Child's gonna push us over. Alright, dance like no one is paddling. Paddle 1 was lost this morning. I smashed the Krellin right in the face, launching one of its bulging eyeballs into the nearby shore. Before it could grow its eye back, it snapped my paddle in half with only its teeth. It disappeared back underwater. Paddle 2 was lost a bit less heroically. While my theater troupe may be impressed upon the return to Obendar, the pirouettes, spins, tosses, and paddle jabs I was practicing won't impress Nobulus or any other tyrant. Now I'm drifting with whirlpools, rapids, and rocks up ahead. I need to find a paddle-worthy replacement fast. So, I can either fight or not fight, which is interesting. To not fight, I can dismantle a portion of the raft to use a paddle. Persistent, add 2 wreckage chips to your raft at the beginning of your next battle with the Krellin fish. Now, she's on land, and the other one is you can go fight stuff. If I fought stuff, I can get more items, but the problem is I don't need more items. So I'm actually going to do the non-battle choice, and I would add 2 wreckage chips to the next raft at the beginning of your Krellin BQ, but that's not going to happen. So this is actually an extremely nice card to draw right now. Alright, so I should have healed myself. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I get another loot card, which I guess I'll take the 2 and look at them. Interesting. Another card doesn't exist. Spirits of Eben. On the baddie's turn, prevent the application of 1 effect added to your Gearlock. This other card, I'm not going to tell you, because you should have to find out. So, let's see. We did that, so we get 2 skill points. Oh no, 1 progress point. So, we got there. There are 6 progress points. And 2 skill points. So, I'm going to actually put this up to 7. Yeah, it's 7. And health up 1 more. Alright, cool. Day 8. Alright, so we have enough progress points now. So now we can take on the Goblin Queen. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. This felt long. So let's get our card out. We already read the beginning of it, so we'll read the back of it. Baddie points, party of one ignores this. So when you play solo against the tyrants, you actually have a huge advantage because you have to do the baddie points. Because if I did normally, I would make a baddie queue of 14 with a tyrant on top and an extra 5 essentially because of her guard. But you ignore this on one player, which is, it's honestly kind of nuts. It's honestly a little too much. So just fun fact. So baddie points, party one ignores this. Place the Goblin Queen on lane 3. She gets her lane 3 marker. Basically what happens here is there's a rock here and a rock here. And Goblin Queen's guard, which is a 5 pointy on lane 1. That goes there. Oh, that's a rough one. All right. So the way that's going to work is special, so we'll deal with that in 1 second. Now, let's talk about her for a second. She gets 6 health. 4, 5, 6. She is ranged. She rolls 1 attack, 1 defense, and her special die. Basically, her special die brings out this if it's not there, or she throws a bomb. We'll get into the bomb stuff later. I just have to make sure I remember that. Here's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are both 5s, which stinks a lot. She will be first. We will roll our initiative, which is a 4. Okay, so we'll get into this in 1 second. So the way this battle works, it's a little interesting. This guard is always going to stay there, okay? Always going to stay there unless I force it to move. When the okay, so after each unit's turn. Oh, I'm sorry, this doesn't get initiative because you'll see why in a second. After each unit's turn, so after the queen's turn and my turn, he moves 1 position, so either moves here to here or here to here, and attacks if he can. He doesn't really have to. Attacks, modify move. Placed or moves units. So the other thing is, like, if I was standing here, I would just be displaced either here or here. So that's another thing to note. The queen cannot be damaged or cannot be targeted. Can only be targeted by adjacent units, and she cannot lose her last HP while he is on the map. All right, so he has weaken, which we've done before, place a number weakened on a target. So if I get targeted, I lose 1 of my dexterity, which stinks a lot. And engulf, which is not on here. Look on the other map. Holy cow, I can't pick it up. There we go. Engulf. All damage rolled by this unit also hits all adjacent units that target, including self, as well as triggers reaction skills if applicable. Which actually could be good. Which actually could help push this along faster. Alright. So. So what I'm thinking is I'll start here. Because after she goes, he's going to move and then attack me. The attack isn't that strong, to be honest. So I'm not too worried about it. But it's strong enough. More or less I'm worried about weaken. Yeah, I don't love the idea of weaken. No, let's do this. I think this will be fun. All right. Now, here's the other thing. We're on day 8, right? If I lose, I technically have one more day. I have 9 days to defeat her. I can do one more day. So there is that. That is one good thing. We have our Gearlock Child. Oh, we'll do this too. During the recovery phase, gain an additional option. Roll a d6 and place that number as buff HP. Alright, that's stuck halfway. And one of those numbers was really bad, so. And there's a 1. That stinks a lot. We held that all for a 1 buff HP. Alright, that's fine. Thing is, if we go here, he'll move and we won't get attacked right away. But then what are we doing? Yeah, I think we go here. I think this is a smart move. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. All right, first is our guard thing. It does nothing. She misses that. She hits me for 1. Takes out my buff HP. He moves. 1 shield, 2 attack. Ugh. 3 damage. Oh no, I don't roll that yet. So 1, 2, 3. 3 damage done to me. All right. My turn now. This does not count for dex, which is ridiculous. We'll do a guaranteed hit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, and weaken is 1. Shoot. Let me get the weaken one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wow, a whole 1. That stinks a lot. Okay, 1 gets another bone. One of those hits for 3. Ugh, that was terrible. Takes off the 2. Does 1. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna heal 2 right off the bat. Just want to see something. It moves over here. Round 2. Ugh, this is gonna stick a lot. This weaken is gonna take me out. Actually, I think it can only go up to 2, which is the bright side. I don't know, I guess it just weaken. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if weaken goes away technically each time. That's a weird thing. I never really thought about that. I just always left weaken at 1. It says it goes up by 1 each turn, but the most it can go up to is 2 and you're dying. I think there's weaken 2 enemies, so we'll just say it's 1. Alright, her turn. Ooh, okay. Bone, 1 attack. Takes up the defense. And a 6 time bomb goes on my position. Now, that goes off the start of the next round. He moves over. 2 attack, 1 defense. Holy cow. 3 damage, which is terrible. That's that. That's really bad. My turn. One, 2. The bomb stays there. It does 3 damage to things around it. It's not gonna hit this guy, which stinks. But now it's my turn. We're gonna roll 3 defense dice, and we can't attack or do anything else because there's nothing else in range, which is terrible. We get all 1s. Okay, not quite what we wanted. Oh shoot, mischief should have been taking out one of my active slots. Oh well. All right, he moves over 1. Start of next round. This blows up. It would hit all adjacent units, but there's nothing adjacent. She goes next. Defense. Mischief 1 takes out that. Royal Guard comes back. It's not there. And it does 1 damage to me. This is rough. He moves over 1. Now it's my turn. Oops. So I have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm going to use bleed. I feel like I have to at this point. Bleed hits, and I do 1 damage. 2 bones. I'm going to use the bones immediately to heal for 2. Okay. Start of his turn, he bleeds out for 1, moves over there. This is like the one time bleed's going to help like insane amounts. So attack and guard thing. There's a bomb here. Does 1 damage to me. Takes that out. Now, since she went, it's his turn. He bleeds out, moves over here. He's gonna 2 attack and 1 shield. Shield, 2 attack. Okay. My turn. So I'm gonna go 1, 2 again. Leave the bomb there. And roll 3 defenses. That's 1 and 2 shields. That's it. So he's gonna go. He's gonna bleed 1. That's that. All right, 5. Where's the bomb? Bomb blows up. Nothing happens. She doesn't roll a defense because she already has her max defense. Bomb is 4 back here and 1 attack. There's 1 plus the mischief I forgot about. There's that. He goes there. He bleeds out, or bleeds 1. So now it's my turn. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 dice left. I'm gonna roll this. 2 defense dice. So it's no wait. Guaranteed hit and 2 defense dice. Sounds good, right? Yeah. Alright, cool. That's actually pretty good. That's kind of what we wanted. So 1 hit brings it down by 1. His turn, he bleeds out, which is good. Hopefully he doesn't revive. That dice goes away. That's that. Alright. Bleed round. We each bleed 1. She goes. Where's her special die? I already lost it. Oh. Oh shoot, the bomb was back there, so it blew up. Okay. Takes out 1 active slot, does 1 damage. Places a 4 bomb here. So it's gonna do 4 damage to me. And 2 damage to her. And the reason this is important is because I can survive a KO. Because according to my Gearlock's Child dice, roll before battle, I messed that up, but if you would take damage that would KO you, avoid the damage, instead heal for the number of HP, so it's heal for 1. So I think I just go for a huge attack, right? So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I guess 2 defense dice. This is my 6. So I assume I'm weakened still. Oops, 6. Right, we're just gonna go all out here. So we get a bone. I think we did it. Holy cow. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. We won. Wow, that was a big hit at the end. That was a surprisingly big hit. So, all right. We didn't need the Gearlock Child, which is always nice. The buff HP kind of helped. The bomb would have helped. Bleeding him out was good. If she rolled her guard back, this would have been really hard. Because I would have had to deal with him and getting attacked on both sides. We would have been able to get her HP down to 1, but still, it wouldn't have been quite the same. So that was good. The rules were rough. Like I said, I hadn't played in a while. It's been a long while since I played. So I have to refresh some of these rules because I know I got some wrong. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you have fun. I know I did. This is a great game. I will be playing this more on stream in the hopefully the near future. But if you're thinking about back in the game or anything, please in the comments rate any questions that you might have. Let me know. And if you like this stuff, subscribe, like the video, comment. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. All right, all take care and have a good one.